In this section, we're going to look at how to subtract. And again, you might feel like you know how to subtract. You're like, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. But you know what? Let's really make sure we're understanding how to do it. We're going to use some of the same things we did in the addition section to be able to subtract. So some words to remember. We defined opposite. That's a word you're going to need. We also defined zero pair. That would be one positive and one negative chip that combine to become zero. And then also don't forget your addition rules. Like ever, guys, you need those. You need to be thoughtful about them so that you do addition correctly whenever you're using your brain to do it. So let's get into our first example. We're going to do 4 minus negative 3, and we're going to illustrate it using these chips. And you can see right here, I have 4 red chips, meaning positive 4. And I want to subtract negative 3. Subtraction, remember, means remove, take away. So I want to take away 3 negatives. In other words, I want to take away 3 yellows, but I don't have any yellows. I don't have any yellows to remove, but I can make some yellows here by bringing in some zero pairs. Remember, each pair here, those 2 is nothing, those 2 is nothing, and those 2 is nothing, because they combine to be 0. Those are 0 pairs. But now I have 3 yellows that I can remove. I can take away 3 yellows. So I can take these and throw them away. Those are now removed. And what do we have left? Well, we have 7 reds, so this sum is equal to 7. So try to think about what just happened. We're going to summarize this after the next example. Our next one we're going to look at is negative 9 minus 13. So first, on your paper, on your table, take 9 yellows and put them out in front of you. So you should have 9 yellow chips sitting in front of you. And this says we're going to remove 13. 13 what though? We're not removing 13 yellows, we're removing 13 positives. I don't have any positives here. So we need to bring some positives in through the use of zero pairs. So now I have 13 zero pairs over here, and now I can remove the 13 positives. And let's see what happens. So I've piled up my 13 positives right here. I removed them from my piles of chips here. Now, what do we have left? Well, we have our original 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 yellow chips. So our sum, or our difference, is negative 21. So, what's happening here? If you look at what we're doing in this problem, we are subtracting positive 13, but what we really ended up doing is we really ended up adding negative 13. So, to summarize this, to subtract 2 integers, instead of trying to do subtraction where lots of mistakes happen, what we're going to do is we're going to add the opposite. Then we can use our addition rules. So our first example was 4 minus negative 3. What we're saying here is we're going to change this to being 4 plus. We're going to change it to adding the opposite. So we change this subtraction to positive, and then this minus 3 that we are subtracting, what we end up adding is we end up adding 3, which is 7. And then we had negative 9 minus 13. If we use this definition of subtraction, it's really negative 9 plus, we're changing that subtraction to addition, and then we're adding the opposite of what we were subtracting, so we're adding negative 13. And now here we have same signs. So remember our addition rule. Our addition rule says same signs, we add the numbers together, so 9 plus 13 is 21, and we keep the signs of the numbers. So this sum is equal to negative 21. So with this in mind, go forth and do a bunch of practice. If you encounter one that you're having some trouble, I would encourage you to draw it using the pluses and minuses like we did in the addition section. But at the bare minimum, for every single question that you're going to do today, you need to rewrite those questions, those subtraction questions, as addition problems, like I've shown here and here. Then get your answer. And with that, I leave you. Have a wonderful day.